Street art has been an expression of identity, community, and the times in cities around the world, and Greater Boston is no exception. But in recent years, interest in the street art scene in Boston has been growing. And now the city is making a big investment with $3.5 million project with the group Street Theory to paint dozens of murals over the next few years. I'm joined now by local street artists already making their mark, Curtis Williams, also known as Curtistic, and Rixie, whose work can be found in Allston, Cambridge, Chelsea, and more. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
I've been a fan of street art since I was a little girl, sitting on my grandmother's balcony, watching the trains go by with the big burners of graffiti artists back then, and know that there's a really vibrant street art scene here before it became, a very popular thing. To you each, I pose this question to both of you, what role does street art play in our communities? Rixie.
For sure. I feel like for our community, seeing a big wall means you can put a big message. And it's such an accessible way to, give art to other folks. It's not institutionalized. There's nobody telling you what's right, wrong, highbrow, lowbrow. It's really for the people, by the people. And it's such a great way to, bring us together and say, that's ours,
I love that.
Yeah, same. I'll piggyback off what she said. I feel like people have always drawn and painted on walls, since caveman time. So it's just something almost intuitive for people to do this type of creativity. So for it to be on this scale and these large walls, it just makes it more empowering and brings something new to the community.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I see in both of your work the graffiti of my youth. I see in your work it's futuristic but also very naturalistic at the same time. And Curtis, you have giant dinosaurs, remind me of the old creature feature movies and Godzilla.
Right.
Where do you get your inspiration for your work?
Well, I grew up in Japan when I was younger, and that inspiration with anime and Pokemon and kaiju movies like Godzilla and different things that are just larger than life. It just sparked something in me to use that as the reference point to, showcase the creativity, I guess. Yeah.
What about you? Where do you get your inspiration from?
I grew up on cartoons, graph, a lot of media like anime too, so I always was I wanted to see cartoon girls that looked like me or looked like my family, and that was the biggest struggle. So where I'm at now is creating these worlds and building around femme empowerment, so that way I see something that represents me a lot more and represents my family in a way that's you know what, we're also that big and bold, that superhero that we didn't get to see growing up, and now you get to see it right outside your window, and having worlds that make us feel more inclusive and safe, and using our imagination for that is the best feeling.
That is so important. And you were going to piggyback on that?
Oh, no. That's perfect. I totally
think we
agree.
both do world building because we see how all that joy and fun is really what we need right now in the world, we need to see these dinosaurs and characters just having their own exploration, so that way we feel inspired to do it.
Right.
So there's been this really big shift since the days that graffiti was seen as vandalism. Where do you think that shift began, and what do you think triggered it?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I feel like it's that essentially that's not even what graffiti was about. The acceptance of it was a counterculture, when it began, and then over the years it became something that's more acceptable. People love the aesthetic, and now you start to see it everywhere. But I kind of think it became a thing more so around the street art era, changing from graffiti to street art, and something that can be put into museums that the greater society has grown to accept, and has just evolved from there over the past couple of decades, I think.
Talk a little bit about the street art era.
That was the beginning of maybe Shepard Fairey and Obey, and Yeah, I don't even
like
know.
90s,
Yeah, it was like around
2000s,
early
like,
2000s.
when you were saying like cave drawings all the way up to like murals and then graffiti, then street art, it's like this evolving way to like use walls for messages and like communication, you know, and street art feels like the safe way for graffiti to be accepted,
Yeah.
you know, or like this way
Yeah.
that people like recognize it a lot more. And like I think in the movements of like social justice and all this like community care, we're trying a little less of maybe the rebellious, aggressive nature that like graffiti is like beautiful because of it. It's bold, it's very loud. But now we're seeing all the ways that we can still do that, but also having like that other intentions and sense of like the other folks around us. So there's probably going to be more chapters after this too, like, and what we see like public art or like street art can be for sure.
Do you have, when you're creating your works, do you have a wish for the way people experience your art? Meaning, are you looking for it to help them in some way, or to change their day, or to change their life when you're creating this work on the walls?
At least change their day, or maybe like the next 5 minutes. You know, give them something to post on Instagram. I think it makes you jovial. You know, seeing something new and vibrant and larger than life. It makes it. Yeah, it gives people something cool to do and experience in life, other than just blank brick walls everywhere. So yeah.
That is so true. I know when I travel, that's the thing that I remember over the food, over the traffic or anything, is the street art. And
Architecture,
I always,
plays like grand role in how
It's
you
your
view
day-to-day
your city.
stuff, you know? Like, it could be right outside your bus stop, and you're just going to always remember that that's there, and it gives that person impact, inspiration, a conversation. And architecture feels so, like, gray and brick and red sometimes, so it's like having that vibrancy, I think, is just like, you know what, let's help that person feel and have a better day, for sure.
I feel like it gives you something to meditate on, too. You know, there's this beautiful piece that just kind of appeared not too far from where I live, and it's a woman of color in tree pose, and it's just massive. It's the whole side of a building, and every time I see it, it invokes something different and something different to think about for the day. You know, maybe I'm having a terrible day, and I'm like, that's traffic, and I'm running late, but it makes me pause and really reflect on things. So the city commissioned you to do a mural. What was that process like? You being a muralist already, what was the process of the city reaching out to you? What was that like for you?
Yeah, that was awesome. It was beautiful to, like, when we're talking about shifting in chapters, it's like there's one way you're doing graph and street art on your own, or like asking your local neighbor for a wall. But when the city's like recognizing that impact of murals and what that message can do, like what you were saying, and responding to folks, it was beautiful. And it was really aligned with the work I was doing with like Femme Empowering. So with the city project, it was to honor Rita Hester, which is a Black transgender woman who was murdered in Austin back in like the 80s or 90s. And for that, I was like, yes, we need to take up this wall. We need to put her large, big, proud in a space so people can continue to like breathe that life and that legacy. So it was a lovely conversation. But again, like the community is so small that it didn't feel like that weird professional tension. It was just like, hey, do you want to paint and do this? Do you want to like, of course, there was application and the logistical things, but it was just like, no, of course, let's do it, you know? And it was very like, when you know that you could do it, like, you're just like, yeah, let's do it. We got that, you know? Like, and you want to do it. It's like very much an honor to have that conversation.
And you had a lot of involvement with the community around Rita, with her family and the community.
Yeah, that's really important to me, actually. Like, if I'm going to leave a piece in your neighborhood and it's about something else, like, it's not for me necessarily, and I don't want to play that selfish game where it's like, hey, that's outside your wall, that's for that family, like, y'all have to be here to have this conversation. Really, I'm just kind of the messenger almost, you know, in being able to paint that like larger conversation. So they needed to be involved, and they definitely wanted to, and it was like a beautiful celebration. And to see the family, like, that made me, it was so cute. It was very emotional.
That sounds so beautiful. In a tweet form, 140 characters or less, do you have any advice for young artists out here trying to get their work up
Twitter form. Hashtag emoji.
You're right. Just keep creating. You know, do whatever you can to learn. You know, stay a student. Essentially, look up YouTube channels that you can find, YouTube videos. Seek mentorship. You know, talk to people. Try to be active in your community.
This
and
is
just
great.
keep creating and draw as much as you can.
Great advice. Thank you both so much for joining me today. This has been a really great
Thank you.
conversation. Thank you, Curtis. And thank you, Rixie.
Thank you for having us. This is so fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For more information on these artists and where you can find street art in Boston, go to boston.gov/departments/arts and culture.